Hi guys, Scatlink here. Welcome to my modding showcasing sub-series, Hats Off to You, a series of which we try out community-created hats, costumes, functions, singular levels, full chapters, or time rifts created by the Hat in Time fan community via the Steam Workshop. This will also include any challenge roads of which will have their own video dedicated to earning ourselves a trophy, of which would otherwise be permanently missed. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of a Hat in Time Summer 2025 live event. This is part 6 overall, part 1 of level 4. Please check the previous episode so you're not totally lost. So far we've been mostly averaging 2 videos per event map level, so let's see if we can keep that pace, which might be possible with the repeat Beat Block Galaxy from Summer 2024. Just like how you would in Super Mario Galaxy 2, you collect the 5 timepiece shards, aka the silver stars, at the end to get a timepiece. The requirements were originally to reach the second checkpoint, but collecting any timepiece within a mod will give you all checkpoint related stamps anyway, so there's no real change here. The main reason why the requirement did change, however, was because there is no second checkpoint. Although, as I just mentioned, that isn't really a problem due to the timepiece giving all checkpoints cleared, the requirement just now makes sense. I wanted to make this distinction because even though the requirement basically completely changed, these are still the same stamps that have had a tweak to actually make sense. There is a death wish included within this mod that we do not add to our totals, unlocked by collecting the Comet Medal outside of the event death wishes, as it's basically the equivalent of the double time prankster Comet. It doesn't count if you're in the event, so you have to play it outside of challenge roads and event maps. So yeah, it's a bit weird, because even though I technically do have it, because I didn't do it in the normal level, it doesn't count. This Comet Medal unlocks the equivalent of the Double Time Prankster Comet. Grab the timepiece while trying to only touch one of the 2 block colours, and or while collecting all 70 ponds while doing so. There's no included reward for doing this, it's just to fulfill the role of the Prankster Comet, which some official death wishes are actually inspired by. And now we have a mod newly added for Summer 2025 that I have covered before in Challenge Road 55, the Time's End Purple Rift. Each checkpoint is triggered by reaching a sub-level within this rift, so just grab the timepiece for all 3 new stamps. This Purple Rift actually has a storybook to view, so if you collect all 8 pages, you'll be able to view a story of Mustache Girl's rise to power. Like most Purple Rifts, modded or in DLC, this mod comes included with a Rift Collapse when not counting the total fall. It's the same usual 3 requirements that Rift Collapses tend to have: escape the Rift with at least 30 seconds to spare, and collect all the Rift Ponds. Again, there is no rewards. With that, we have newly added mods that we've never showcased before at all. Newly added for the event as well, the Bouncy Castle. Collect the timepiece shards, get the timepiece, we have another spin. Bounce Castle by Miro Halia. In the peaceful Bounce Kingdom, a bunch of mafia have invaded to pull the biggest prank of all time, popping the Bounce Castle. Don't worry about the 2 there, that just means that it's technically a sequel. They'll talk about that in just a second. Unfortunately for them, Hat Kid shows up. Can she put a stop to their shenanigans by collecting the pointy timepiece shards before they pop the castle? There are 9 shards in total. If you can't find one, try using the kid's hat. Actually works here. I'm guessing what happened in Skyline Station when I was trying to use it to find the timepiece shards, aka the burgers. Actual full timepieces have a higher priority, so the hat focuses on that. Since there is no other timepiece that is whole and spawned in, it will focus on the timepiece shards that's the closest to where you are. This is the sequel to Bounce House, but you don't have to play the first one to enjoy the second. That's why there's a 2 here. It's technically a sequel level, but more like just level 2. No hats are required in this level, and it's chill and relaxing. Created for the 2024 April Fool's Day modding jam. There is a token for this. Also, while I'm rolling the MODifier Roulette, I just want to make mention to what was being discussed in the comments of episode 2. In some of these MODifier Roulette spins, you could actually get 2 new mods that were removed literally on the first couple of days of the event before I even started planning, and I wasn't aware of this. There's the free hit buddy badge, which is basically reducing your maximum health from 4 to 3. but that was removed. And then it was the Dev Vision badge, where it basically just shows the hitbox mesh of everything, and the Who Needs Colour badge, which the problem is that all of these badges required to be purchased from the badge seller, and the last one that was actually kept with the tag was the Parade badge that requires pennies, but it's not in the same level as the Glide badge, and the only reason why it's appearing is because I have it installed already, and some leftover code is detecting that, so it puts it in the modifier Roulette. It's kind of interesting. So if I had the other ones installed, I would actually be rolling those. But because I don't have them installed, because I didn't see them have the tag in the first place, I will never roll them. Although, they should be in the modifier Roulette anyway, if they were intended to be there. Because if you don't have a mod installed during the event, from the event Death Wish maps, it would, as well as the challenge roads, ironically enough, if you do not have the mods installed or subscribed to on the Steam Workshop, they would automatically install at that moment for that particular play session only. I thought I'd make mention of these. I might show them off after I've done everything, but I'm not going to do it during the videos now, because one, they will not show up for me anyway, and two, I don't really want to be looking at levels in a single colour, because that would, one, ruin the levels that we're playing, and the dev line badge could mess with the bitrate. And I need to get these videos out, so I don't exactly need additional stipulations I haven't gotten used to before. Although, for the most part, since they're just visual, they're basically freebies. Sorry, I was left spinning on there for a while because I needed to get that out real quick. Because it's an active development during recording these this late in, so I guess this has been in flux for a better term. Because Yarns 886 was the one who actually mentioned how it all works in terms of each mod being in categories. Bouncy Castle was unfortunately one of them because it's got timepiece stipulations. But we do have a Rift token to find this level as well, so we want to go find that. Mafia dock boats backwards to avoid popping big Bouncy Castle at inopportune time. What is Child doing here? Investigating. Oh, Mafia is doing the same. Mafia will give you a hint since you are just a child. We are here to pop castle, but Lady of the Bouncy Castle is missing. We need to find her so she can see the deflation. It will be the biggest prank of all time. Now shoo! Why would you tell me that? I'm here to have fun. Ah, well. Mafia will give you a hint. Yeah, it's just the same dialogue. Right, so, yes, it is a big bouncy castle, so you're going to basically have this as your movement speed. Even if I hold sprint at, nothing happens. So that's kind of annoying. Actually, I just realised the rainbow die that we got at the end of the last episode is perfect for this very multicoloured level. There is 35 power ponds that we need to collect in order to get one of the timepiece shards. But as the mod mentioned, there is in fact 9 to collect. We need at least 6 for 2 stamps. And collect them all, obviously, for the timepiece, because we've got to reassemble it. So we're going to have to explore this entire level. This is pretty much going to take the meat of this episode. But as I said, this is one of those that Yarn has mentioned repeats. And the reason why Yarn mentioned, as well as having confusion about me having the glide badge show up, because that doesn't have the tag anymore. But it did when I was halfway through my planning, and then it kind of disappeared. But it still rolls for me, and it's a nice freebie that actually has utility. In fact, I was yeah, just making sure it's because sometimes they don't auto-equip either, which could also be a problem. But any badges that you have to pay for just don't seem to apply in the Rev Roulette, from the modifier Roulette properly, excuse me, which is kind of the problem here. But yeah, everything here is bouncy, including this chandelier. But how is this hanging? I can't even tilt the camera up, so that's a bit of a problem. Oh, that's a big bounce. Wait, what? In practice, there was something up there, but it's not there now. That's interesting. Maybe I have to beat the level first? No. I'm a bit confused about that, actually. There was supposed to be something up there. I know I was putting it on because it's like, whoa, hey, but yeah, I'm confused because there was supposed to be something up there. It's also kind of weird, actually, because like when I was first going through any mods that I showcase in, oh, that's what was supposed to happen. It didn't launch me up all the way and the music stops. Very mystical with this gigantic hat kid just lying in a cloud.
Hey, I'm pretty tired. All that bouncing around really got to me.
Why does this sound like I'm learning a move by drinking one of Cranky's potions in Donkey Kong 64? I'm actually recording this on the day Bonanza releases. But that's the music vibe I'm getting.
Anything happen while I was gone? Pranksters. Oh yeah, that's a known trait to the Bounce Kingdom officials, just vanish. Doesn't give them the right to deflate our houses, though. You can save it, right? I believe in you, kid.
Sure. I'll leave you be, I guess. So yeah, there was this cloud that I just bounced off of that I didn't mean to bounce off of again. That is holding the chandelier in place. But there's just a massive hat kid in a cloud further above that doesn't bounce. Just lounging around. But yeah, we're just gonna basically bounce all the way through this building, I guess. This bouncy castle of epic proportions. To just collect enough power ponds so we can collect another timepiece shard while collecting the rest of the timepiece shards. So I'm just gonna slowly make my way around the place and do just that. There is this siding here that doesn't seem to be part of it. Well, kind of, but mostly the platform that this is on. But all the Mafia have set up camp there. I mean, something this big, even a couple of punches probably wouldn't keep it deflated for too long. I mean, even Bouncy Castles themselves are kind of stitched together, and you can see, like, the gaps in the stitching. So, it's just how they're built. Alright, so, I think no, I haven't grabbed everything down here, excuse me. Now I have. Right, so now I've done that, I want to actually head down into this room. All these Mafia are just chilling as well, I guess. I mean, they're trying to run to get me, but they just can't. Let's all go shoot. Oh, well, there's no need to tell me to shoot, is there? It's just rude. Another power pond down here, but what I want to do right now is actually jump around the back, because there is a sneaky little present tucked away in the corner here from where the Mafia are in the dining room. In fact, it's right behind the Mafia's tents as well, just around the side. There is our one and only Rift token for this level. I'll obviously update my totals for all of the previous mods that I have covered so far, because they're now part of the grand totals. Yeah, it's kind of insane, actually, because when I've been editing, it's like, including the... Can I talk to you? No, you're just laughing. We can blow this up, though, because they're glowing. Aha! But yeah, what I was saying is that when I've been counting all these Rift tokens, like, from the base game, no DLC, and including the transformed relics, once you have enough of them, which in the base game I believe is 12, if I'm remembering correctly, all the rest of them become Rift tokens, and there was like a total of 42. Now we're up to 176. That's ridiculous, and like, there was like 55 stickers, now we're up to 103. Including everything, as I was saying during Operation Rerail, which was such an early level, but again, I didn't have DLC 2, yeah, because the Metro ticked at the time, because I didn't want to have it active for those elements until we were ready to cover them in the core game, core being all the official DLC and stuff, until I was ready, because we were going through the challenge roads at the time, and Death Wishes. I always say Death Wish and Challenge Road in the wrong manner, I always get them mixed up. Never mind, Mafia. He is guarding these perfectly normal building blocks that I have just destroyed, you fool. But that is a lot of health there, but we also got a timepiece shard for that as well, so that's perfectly fine. We just grabbed enough of the power ponds to dispel that shield around the throne. So that's what that was for, so we don't need to grab them anymore. And we're already halfway to the second stipulation. So, if you want to move faster, just keep diving like this, because you're always going to be in a mid-fall. I do want to swap to my brewing hat here, though, real quick, because this Mafia, by the way, if you want to turn for lunges, just do a double jump in that direction. You want to blow this guy up, because it's easier. And, honestly, this level, with different modifier roulette spins, like the Urchin badge, can actually be quite a bit of a pain. Like, for this Mafia in particular, because you're bouncing up and down all the time, you need to continue moving. And if you kill him, you still have to come back on yourself or drop down in order to grab it. And this is a very narrow spot. So the urchin badge could really kill you here, even though the rest of the level is quite doable. So you'll have to, like, damage boost to get out of it. Yeah, kind of a caveat there. Just a bit of a heads-up warning in case if you roll it. Because I'm not gonna... I know I said, like, during summer 2024, if I did roll a particular tough badge, I would probably show me going through a level that I've already done, because it would just make it more challenging. But honestly, there's no point, because it's just dead footage. Like, I don't need the extra challenge, and, you know, because it's limited time, and I need to get moving, I'm definitely not doing that here. I'm just gonna cheat, you know. But that's, again, I'm just replaying levels that already appeared within the event. I don't need to play them again. It's like, that's my major gripe with these events, with repeating levels within the same event, just because of the level up system. I keep going back to that because we were talking about it, but yeah, there's a chest in this room, the treasury, I guess we call it, and in the chest is another timepiece shard, so yeah, it was just that one Rift token, which is funny enough, that chest was on a Rift token. You can't open up chests when you're bouncing, so they actually gave you a platform to stop bouncing for a second, which is quite nice. Alright, we're slowly combing our way through this level. Time to head to, I believe, is the living room? Yeah. Or maybe the library, because of all these bookshelves and desks and floating pieces of paper. I don't know what's with the gazebos, though. I guess it's just more bouncing that we can do. Yep, I was just making sure there was nothing on the edges, because I don't need to worry about that. We'll just jump across these clouds, over to these little huts, gazebos, I guess? I don't know. I'm grabbing the ponds, because Collector Pond in me is saying do it. It's funny, really, because I'll grab all the power ponds, but I won't grab any of the actual ponds that I can take with me, because I've got over 23 grand still. I haven't got anything to spend them on. In fact, that was also a... I'm just filling the gap here while we're just having a nice time with this Mafia Town music bouncing across this crazy level. Is that, I'm just filling in the gap by just discussing other stuff hand time related. Like in my own Discord server, I've been... Crim, Spider, and I have been chatting. And, you know, there have been a few problems with Vanessa's curse. I don't know what that's about, but... Yeah, it was like... I've had to actually double check, because I kind of was like... We were talking about mods and stuff, like, because he obviously made his mods that I checked out, which were, ironically enough, summer themed. But then we were also talking about the fact with ponds, because that's what I wanted to actually talk about, but I got my dialogue twisted, I guess. And what I meant to say was that with so many ponds, his actual mods and levels, like when they're multi-chapter, he was joking like it was going to be like making the cost to open up some acts quite high, so that, you know, people who've been playing the game for ages actually have a reason to use their copious amounts of money. Let's come up here real quick. Because, like, if you're playing mods, like, and playing the game constantly on the same file, you're going to obviously build up a ton of money, like I have. And most of the time when you get, like, new badges and hats and stamps or stickers of God knows what else, you kind of just get them immediately or put them in the Rift Roulette. If you don't want them to have it immediately. You don't really give them to the badge seller or a merchant. Or put them in... restaurants or something. Well, most people sometimes gussy up restaurants to be basically like stalls. We've seen that before with like dyes and stuff. I normally leave this one to last, but if you noticed, we were grabbing tickets as we've been exploring, so I'll grab that first, the one on the throne that was unlocked by the power ponds, because I want to make my way out of the castle now. In this direction, over this way, because there was something else on the side. And by the way, I'm just gonna... Oh, wrong hat. There we go. I'm just gonna pop around here real quick. There's literally nothing else down there other than that one present. There's a coffin here. Here lies the lady of the bounce house. She jumped too high and needed a good nap. She will return someday when it's least expected. She will rise! Leave an offering for the lady at this monument. Leave some flowers. Your kind gesture touches the heart of the sleeping lady at the bounce house. The bounce house. Again, previous level. So maybe we'll go back in time and check that at a later date. Or maybe it'll be included in yet another summer event. I really hope it doesn't expand any further, because this has been a lot, I will admit. I didn't expect it to increase again, and that's fair and valid and all that, but when does an event become too big, especially when the winter event wasn't getting nearly as much love? I feel like I'm missing a ticket still. Oh no, I do have them all, so that's great news. That's me misremembering. And that gives us our last timepiece shard. He's low poly, because he's at the beginning of the level. But yeah, we actually need to go back to the beginning of the level. I guess it's because, like, they shattered the timepiece shards and they were going to use them to burst the, as well as their boats, to burst the castle, but they didn't do it, and now their weapon that they were going to use is now just reassembled in front of him, and he's like, well, shit, what do I do now? Mafia not too sure what to do in this situation. Does he say anything? No, they do not say anything different. Okay, then. Ha! Try and hit me now as I leave. You bitch. So, I like to have little themes for videos if and when I can do. Obviously, I'm limited to what the event actually lets me do. But this is perfect, because I'm not going to be doing this one yet. I'm saving that for next episode, because it'll be perfect for when we unlock this level by playing the level that's hidden by friend list stamp collecting, I guess. Floor Panel Frenzy. Perfect, really, because the floor was already a bit of a frenzy with the Bouncy Castle. We have to collect 50 ponds, just adding to our already insane wallet, and collect the timepiece. No collectibles this time round. Floor Panel Frenzy by Star Blaster 64. Entry for the 4th modding jam, the 4th ever one, wow. With the theme of a blue time rift, so we might get a spin here when I go for the token. Level design isn't my forte, but I wanted to make a level with the floor panels from Train Rush as the main gimmick. Local co-op may cause issues. Let's roll! That would give me a third jump. Don't think I need to home attack much. I'll give it a go. I don't think we saw it much last event either, so... And by last event, I mean last summer event, because, again, the winter event doesn't seem to change after, you know, items went into the Steam inventory, and they put free mods into the event, because it was all just within the game itself last time. So, these panels are the ones that are mostly the main gimmick. You gotta activate all in a set, but now we got a bomb, so now we gotta go quick. And the music also changes as a result, so all we got to do is hit all of them in a set to make the next lot show up, and then do it all again. They will donut platform fall as you jump on them, so as you activate them, just keep moving. I cannot turn the camera. Oh. Yeah, we only have about 2 minutes, so we've got to be quick about this. I'm not a fan of the camera locking in, and I just realised I still need to be grabbing money. That could actually be a bit of a problem if I'm not grabbing enough of it. I'm just so used to not grabbing them, as I said last level, excuse me. I just don't think about it. So if I do it this way, I might just get enough. I might just get enough. I might just get enough. Depeche Mode's pretty cool. I've been hearing it on Absolute Radio quite a bit. I do actually have the, well, I say, but my dad actually has the album of it, and I used to listen to quite a bit. Right, let's see if we can do this. There are these extra little clocks if we do need them for the extra time. I'm going to trick a jump that way so I can do this. There we are, I'll get that done. Next section. Oh! Right, this one's a bit awkward because this kind of expands out. And thankfully when you do complete a section, all the platforms come back as well as the next lot. So that's kind of cool, but... These cannons are really having it out for me. Time is starting to dwindle.
40 seconds until
Oh, we've got another layer. These ones are red, and I was hoping to bounce on top of that one. That did not happen. There's a bunch of money near the end that might be useful. There we are, it's all back. And that section just spins out because we don't need it anymore. Let's grab a couple of these. So I kind of need them. I think I might have to actually backtrack after I'm done. Oh, no, wait, no! Just enough! Perfect. Because I actually did that in practice, I kind of forgot. Let's jump along the rotation here, because we don't have a lot of time left. Am I actually going to die? No, I'll do it. No, I bounced over it! I didn't die from this before. That was bad. That was pretty much at the very end. This is short enough, I can do it again. I also double jumped right above that semi-final platform. I probably would have made that bang on if I didn't mess that up. But thankfully I've grabbed the ponds now, so I don't have to worry about grabbing ponds. It's only because I realised halfway through that I kind of flubbed that up a bit. So, let's just blast through this time. I forget that you can just sprint off that and be fine. You can't sprint off of that though. Yeah, the actual donut platforms fall way too fast for you to do that sort of thing. Drop shadow would be nice to have though, I will admit. Maybe I should have went for this. Oh, these ones don't fall. Oh, I guess they can't if you need a wall jump. Maybe that's why I never went for that particular clock. Right. Anyways. Wait, oh, I didn't see that clock there. That's a bit of a awkward one to get to. Can I make that? Yeah, I can. Nice. Oh, I didn't mean to grab the wall twice! And that resets all the bloody platforms. Okay, now I'm doing shit here. That's not good news. In fact, let's just... Oh, that doesn't grab it for me. Alright, we're messing up now. Of course, now we're messing up. I don't know how I grabbed this same wall twice, though. That's a bit weird. Right, we need to pick up the pace a little bit. Give me that extra 20 seconds. Kinda need it at this point. Alright. Yeah, this is the time-consuming one. I could skip this section, but then the rest of the level won't spawn in. Because the panels have to be activated in order to move on. So I could have jumped over here, but that wouldn't have helped. But now we've got plenty of time. Despite actually screwing up more, I have more time. That's interesting, that. Like, was I really just taking my time a bit too much? It's not like me. I mean, I'm not really a speed... Yeah, that was the final couple of jumps. God damn it. But the whole level freezes, which is very nice. And I don't believe those cannons shoot anymore, so if you do need to grab more ponds after you finish the level, do not grab the timepiece, walk away from it first, and then backtrack. Yeah, the cannons aren't firing. So you can actually go back and grab the ponds that you're missing, at the very least. There is just enough. But with that, we're at the end of this episode already. This doesn't actually count as a blue rift. I'm questioning things, I know it, but I'm pretty sure... Whoa, frame rate, I went too quick. The game's still loading. Yeah, we still have stuff in here, so yeah, that didn't actually count as a blue rift, because if it did count as a time rift, that would have given me a spin when I grabbed that for the first time. But it didn't. Also, I just realised I got a flame coming out of my head. I didn't even realise it just now because of the flame badge, which we didn't... Flame badge. Flame brand badge. I fused the words. Good lord, I'm tongue-tied. Good thing I'm not talking much more in this video. Because we're done for today. And that has unlocked barbecue, which we will be starting next episode, along with this candle. See you guys then.